The production of Viking models, or actually the products, start with a product idea and with the development of the products. We do that here at our site in Ludenscheid at the headquarters. And then they're manufactured in different places. We also produce here in Ludenscheid, together with our site in Poland. We have a production facility in China which we manage ourselves. So the models are manufactured worldwide and are then merged in our logistics center in Ludenscheid. Viking depends on having a very wide range of models. Currently we have about 450 models in our catalogue. A new model at Viking is created for two different reasons. On the one hand, there's a request from the car manufacturers. Volkswagen or Mercedes launch a new model on the market. Then they put it out to tender, saying they would like to have it in a certain model scale. The other reason is that we simply want to make our product range more complete. Of course, we receive many suggestions from collectors who also have their own idea of what our assortment should look like. Of course, this can't always be put into practice, but this does affect us in our decision-making. And if something is mentioned very often, we implement it. At Viking, we always present our new models at the Nuremberg Toy Fair. We inform our customers, the specialist trade partners, about our new models every 2 months, using our so-called novelty news. As a matter of principle, we only supply our series models to specialist dealers. We don't deliver to the end consumer directly. We have a network of specialist dealers all over Germany, and the collectors are also welcome to get the products in the model world. In addition to the new models developed by the design department and the required tools, Viking also produces old historical models in new color variations. The company has a valuable treasure chest of old models and molds. At the plant in Ludenscheid, we store the old molds which are used for injecting these models. Once the model, color scheme and addition of a new Viking model have been determined, it is manufactured using plastic injection molding machines. For very small model runs, the base material and the addition of paint is weighed and mixed by hand and then fed into the machine. For large runs, this is done using an automated feed according to previously calculated mixes. In addition to this old Viking treasure, the decades-old tools, there is of course also a warehouse with all the up-to-date tools. This is where the other large part of the molds is stored. Printing is then carried out again in Ludenscheid, where we develop the actual layout. I'm talking about what will be shown on the model later. This is digitally transmitted and then processed using pad printing. The finished parts are then collected in the assembly department, assembled by hand with meticulous care similar to watchmaking, and in individual cases, selectively and precisely recolored with a brush, in precisely those places where we cannot decorate otherwise. Quality is very important at Viking. After all, collectors attach great importance to the exact reproduction of every single detail of their models. As soon as the individual parts arrive at the plant in Poland, all the details are checked again very thoroughly as described in the article description. Only then do the actual production phases begin. Viking attaches great importance to professionalism, not only in the production and quality assurance of its models, the warehouse dispatch and logistics are also state-of-the-art. The Zico and Viking High Bay warehouse has a capacity of approximately 10,000 pallet spaces, and 15% of the capacity is currently used by Viking. You can order any quantity from Viking. Dealers can order 5, 10 or several hundred, according to their individual needs. And this is very special indeed. Using our merchandise management system, all orders regardless of size are technically prepared and compiled by hand, checked and individually packed. How many models and variants Viking has already realized becomes clear when you take a look at the Zico Viking model world in Ludenscheid. The Zico Viking model world has existed since June 2012, and this was only possible after Viking moved from Berlin to Ludenscheid, and we had access to both archives here on site in Ludenscheid. Of course, the technical things that we've been doing and took from Ludenscheid to Berlin made it possible for us to design ever more detailed and delicate models. But we have retained the Viking style. The actual model produced by us and manufactured under our management can always be recognized as a Viking model. Admiring the exhibits in the showcases of the Zico Viking model world in books and on the internet is one thing, but to hold the latest Viking model in your hands and call it your own is, like in the past, the greatest feeling for every loyal Viking collector.